Hey, it's Frankie Ballard, and my new album El Rio came out today. And as part of the celebration, Cody Allen and CMT have invited me here to answer some of your questions. So let's do it. Matthew from Philadelphia. What pickups do you have in your H157, which is my main electric guitar? Which guitars did you use on the new record? The pickups in that guitar are aftermarket. They're Seymour Duncan Antiquity pickups. I think the best pickups you can get in a Les Paul type of guitar is a low output PAF, just as they were originally designed. No extra juice. And then get the right capacitors, Bumblebee capacitors, and wire it like an old Les Paul. Just wire it, get everything you can as old as you can, and it'll sound the best. And which guitars did you use on the new record? Well, a multitude of different guitars. Let's see. Definitely some Tellys. A Les Paul, a very nice Les Paul that was down at the studio. And 335s, a couple different acoustics, lots of different ones. Good question. I could sit here and talk about guitars. I got to keep going. I'm sorry. Katie from Harrisburg, where do you head after CMA week? I think up to the East Coast. We're going up to the East Coast. TV, I think. We're doing some TV up in New York, I think. Carrie from Hermitage. What is your favorite song ever and why? Oh my gosh. Carrie, you have to imagine that my love for music goes so deep. That's a question I couldn't possibly answer. People have asked me, and I've tried, I've thought about it, and I just can't. Every time I'm about to say, I think my favorite song, it just feels like I'm cheating on my girl or something. I just can't answer that question. I'm sorry. I have too many favorites. Brittany from Battle Creek. What are the two scars on each of your arms? I think I know what you're referring to, and all I can say is they're from my misspent youth. Any way to get a meet and greet while in Nashville? Jenny from Perth. Well, I don't really have meet and greets in Nashville, I guess. During CMA Fest, maybe is what you mean. I don't know, just scream at me. I'm not sure. Just yell at me from the fence or come and find me, and I'll come over. If I can hear you, I'll come over. That's the best I can say. Andy from Staten Island. Which of your buddies do you like seeing the most CMA week? That's such a great question, because that's one of the bummers about this business, is that I have a lot of friends who are also artists, and I would say Chris Stapleton. I hope I get to see Chris Stapleton, because I recorded a couple of his songs that he wrote on this new album, El Rio, and I'm dying to know what he thinks of him, because I haven't seen him in a while because he's been kind of busy. So I'd have to say him. Hopefully he's going to be around. Vanessa from Sao Paulo. Dang. What was the funniest thing that happened to you while you were making a concert? Regards from Brazil. Regards from Nashville. Well, Vanessa, the funniest thing ever happened to you while making a concert. Like I said, making a concert. Well, I mean, all types of things. I've fallen, I've tripped over things, I've got hit with beer cans, a lady threw a casserole up onto the stage one time. I did like a chat on Twitter, and somebody asked me what my favorite home cooked meal was, and I said it was this corned beef or chip beef casserole that my mom used to make. And so this lady either asked that question or maybe she heard the answer. I'm not sure what happened, but all I know is I was on stage and a casserole flew up and landed at my feet. And there was cooking instructions inside, 350 for 40 minutes or whatever. It was wild. We don't have an oven on the bus, Vanessa. Sarah from Smyrna. What made you decide to cover You'll Accompany Me on El Rio? That's a great question. There's one cover song on this new album, and it's by Bob Seger. And I think it was to tell the world express to the world how much I clearly love Bob Seger and how much his music and his influence and the way he writes and sings has influenced what I do. You know, he was played on almost every radio station where I grew up, and he's a big deal up in Michigan. A lot of people love him. You know, he's the hometown guy. And so it was really a tribute to that and to how much his music means to me. Candy from Fort Lauderdale. Who would play Frankie Ballard if there was a Frankie Ballard movie about your life? Man. Yeah, I'd want to get that's a good question. Maybe what's his name? Steve Carell. That'd be funny. Jessica from Charleston. What song from the new album that you don't currently play nightly are you excited about adding to your set list? Great question. Well worded. Jessica, probably a little bit of both. I'm excited to get a little bit of both. You'll Accompany Me, Good as Gold. We're just getting those worked up into the set now. And I kind of wanted to wait till the album came out to play some of those. So here we are. But those three are definitely coming soon. Sandy from El Cajon. Which would you choose? Lifetime of bar venues or 1 year of headlining stadium shows and never play again? Dang. Deep catalog. Sandy. I would have to pick bars because it wouldn't be worth it to play the stadiums for 1 year, but then I never get to play again. I mean, what am I going to do after that? This is all I can do. So I'd have to go work at Lowe's or something. And so no, I would pick a lifetime of getting to play over 1 more year, anytime. Laura from Red Hill. What is your favorite song of yours from both your albums? Laura, this is a popular question, and all I can say is that I can't pick. It's too hard. It makes me feel bad because it makes me feel like my other little kids are sad and they're in their bedrooms and going, how come he doesn't love us like he loves these other songs? I can't pick. I'm sorry. Alec from Palatine. What is the name of El Rio in relation to the CD name? I think I know what you're asking. I called this album El Rio because that just simply means the river in Spanish. And we were on the Rio Grande River at the Sonic Ranch down in Texas when we recorded this album. And so that river was literally the border between us and Mexico. And spiritually, I'm a spiritual guy, and spiritually it was a very just enlightening time for me to be there and be living my dream on this side of the river. And on that side of the river, you know, there's a lot of people that aren't living their dream. And also when we were arranging the album in Muscle Shoals, Alabama, which is a very musical place, you know, we were very inspired while we were there. And the native people always said that there was a song in the Tennessee River. So this theme kept happening, and there you have it. Cecily from Crofton. One of my favorite songs off the new album is Good as Gold because of the lyrics. What personally made you decide this one definitely needs to make the track list? Well, the courage in this song. Good as Gold is a courageous song. Not only does this guy feel like you should be with me, this girl should be with me, why is she with him? You know, he can do all these things, but look what I can do. He not only feels it, he says it. He goes and he says it to her. And the courage that it takes to tell somebody how you really feel is inspiring to me, you know. So, and I've been there before, you know, obviously. Pam from Greencastle. Who would be your dream duet partner? That's a great question. I don't think in terms of duets a lot. I know I always loved like what Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton would do, and Conway Twitty and Loretta Lynn. You know, that was always a very country thing. I'm not sure. That's a good question. I'll start thinking about it and get back to you, Pam. Brenda from Boca Raton. What a nice place. Can I hook you up with my eldest daughter? Thank you for that question. First of all, what's she look like? Second of all, I mean, come on, man. I'm just a man. And when you say eldest, you have to give me some more details. I'm sorry, Brenda. Give me some more details. Mary from Louisville. Boots or shoes? Can you show us your boots, if that's what you prefer? I guess boots if I had to pick, but I wear all different kinds of boots. Like these boots, right there, are not cowboy boots, but they're boots, or they're maybe shoes. I don't know. I think a man needs to be in a shoe that he can get something done in. Definitely not a flip-flop, right? Thea from Miami. How long does it take to write your liner notes? Can you pretend to thank me now since I bought the CD? That's a great question. That's a great question. There actually aren't any liner notes on El Rio. It's a little something special, but it's hard sometimes to try to start thanking everybody for their contribution. You know, within a certain amount of characters, that's sometimes difficult. So, okay, here's my pretend thanks. Thea from Miami, thank you so much for buying my new album, El Rio. I hope you love it. I hope that you crank it up when your heart is hurting or you need to get fired up for a workout or you just want to be happy and dance. I hope you come see it live too. Okay, there you have it. Chris from St. Louis, how long did it take to record El Rio? Who was the first non-music person you played it for? I don't know the answer to that second question. But it took us, we were down there at the Sonic Ranch for 10 days, but 2 of the songs from El Rio are from Los Angeles, so we also had to fly out there and do that stuff. So it can take up to a year to actually get everything done, from writing the songs to recording the songs to deciding what pictures to put on the album. All of that stuff can take a long time, but the actual recording process was done in a matter of a couple of weeks. Okay, that's all the questions. Thanks again for having me, and I hope that you'll come check out El Rio. And I really tried as hard as I could to make the best album I could for you, for the fans. So thank you for having me, and it's a very special day for me, so I'm honored to be spending it with you. And thanks to Cody Allen and CMT for having me, and we'll see you down the road.